maybe.
Yeah. All right. What up, everybody? Welcome into Locker Room Sports Talk Extra. I'm your host, Big Matt. Co-host over here to my right, the counterpart, the Diamond Dean.
How y'all doing?
What's going on today?
Hot.
So, just about right.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
It's like you got to get a jacket, in the morning.
Yeah, I think that's what's aggravating about it. If it was just hot all day, it wouldn't be a big deal.
You put shorts on in the morning, you get a little cold, and then once
Yeah.
the day gets on, you're like, I'm glad I wore shorts. But you put on, I had on sweatpants the other day and went and worked a while, and I'm getting done about 10:30. I come out in town, I'm like, golly, I had to go take these pants off, sweatpants.
Go take a shower because you sweat.
All right, guys, what games are y'all excited about this week? We're going to talk about some of our local games, and Dean's got some stats for our guys around here in the county. Kind of who's leading rushing so far, receiving, passing, and who's leading in punt returns, punt averages, skill position, intercept. I'm just kidding.
Snaps.
Whoever's who snapped the ball the most.
They do all that in the pros. I mean, everything. Second down conversion, third and long conversions.
Well, they got so many people.
How many snaps a player?
Guys, y'all be surprised if you don't do this, and most of you probably don't. Like, going through high school and trying to get stats for teams not around here, like I tried to do something for, impossible. I don't know, like maybe Montgomery Catholic back a year or two ago or something, or there's a little bit but some, it's just nothing. I mean, go look up some stuff for Verbena.
Oh, you ain't going to find nothing.
No.
It's like trying to find stats on somebody that played in the 70s. How many yards you have? I don't know.
No clue. You'd have to go ask Uncle Pete. He remembers. Well, there's that one game we went up there and played at Collins. Well, I think he had 75 yards.
No, sure?
Uncle Pete, it was 175. It was 75. I mean,
yeah. So Brent Mobbs he knows. He remembers.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, he does.
But he's the only one I know. He'll remember back in the early 70s how many yards.
It's hard to get, and people don't know. And when we try to give some of this stuff for other teams, because we're trying to make a good decision on who you think may be favorable in a game. Well, you got to look at their schedule and who they've played, and then you go back again and see how good is that region. What's the win-loss total for the region, maybe, right. That stuff's not bad. But stats, like there's no clue.
Yeah, a lot, and a lot of people don't fool with it. I mean, they don't care, and I don't mean that in a bad way. They're just not interested in the statistics.
Yeah, like maybe it was for Alla. I run across them. They were playing somebody one week. I was interested. Georgiano's going to play Elba.
Oh, I know. And God, you go
on Lochapoka or those.
I got so aggravated one day. I went on Max Preps, and every team I typed in, nobody had stats.
Yeah, it's just a blank. They don't even have.
Like, oh, come
some of them don't even have a roster. They don't have a roster.
I was looking them up for like the top teams in the state. Nothing.
But I mean, even they don't have rosters. Some of them don't. I mean, you don't even get a kid's names on some of them.
Oh, I know.
In Piedmont, Coach Miller, if somebody's watching from over there,
he got his stats up.
Please, Lord, man.
Well, now they've got some in the.
Well, Pinto, if you just don't know, and Shannon keeps up with them,
he's got 57 catches.
But because he's getting them from the team, but they don't post. I mean, he would be like third in the state in receiving, I think.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Because I looked up who was, the top 5 in receiving.
7 catches is a lot.
And for how many yards you had. So, man, gosh, surely somebody at Piedmont.
Somebody's doing them. They just might not be turning them.
They're not putting them in on Max Preps. They should. You'd want to brag about you guys, man.
Yeah.
I would.
Yeah. Now, I noticed that him and Bethel are in all their stats are in. We usually don't go over those because they're not in the county.
They're not in the county.
But they are on Weiss, and that's the stats I'm getting from Weiss. Weiss Radio.
Well, I guess I'll just start it here on top.
All right.
Let's see what we got going on. Ben Elba's running back. Allen Henderson is absolutely. He leads the nation.
Yeah, 2,400. Oh, that's official, right? We think he is.
I think it's 2,600.
There's some guy probably brushed for 5,000. They had
1969. We don't. Tomorrow night, Ben says it's a big game at Central Florence tomorrow night. Hatton at Central. Winner gets the 2 seed in a 4A Region 7. Okay, yeah, good news. We need
Hatton.
Need to keep up with that.
Which I found out that's where all the Cortland and Hazelwood kids go. That's what I heard. That went to R.A. Hubbard.
Yeah.
Then R.A. Hubbard shut down, and now they go to Hatton.
Yeah.
So I thought that was kind of interesting.
We'll start at the top here. Woodville's traveling over here to Gelsel. That's where you're going to be at.
Mhm.
They're 12-6 all time versus Woodville. Shows to be Gelsel's favored by about 3 touchdowns.
Yeah. Woodville had started out pretty strong earlier in the year. It was looking like it was going to be pretty good. But I think they've had some injuries. And somebody told me that their best player had been out, but he was coming back for tomorrow.
Oh, well, sorry, Coach Knapp.
I mean, I'm like, really?
Yeah.
But I don't know how good. He was their back. He's
Yeah.
their running back. But yeah,
Well,
that's the word.
good luck tomorrow night, Coach Knapp. Beatty's rushed for how many this year?
About 1,300.
1,300 on year.
Yeah.
He's leading the county right now. Regular season, he'll probably be the regular season winning running back.
Yes. And, we'll just have to see how the
Playoffs
go.
Yeah, Tail will have some more games to play.
Mhm.
And
Bates, too. More than likely.
yes, Connor will have, they'll have some more games to play. So we'll see how Connor and Tay tear off.
Those are the 3 with 1,000. That's pretty good. 3 backs with 1,000 in the county. We usually have that. That's usually about right.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, Tay, Connor, and Alex. I don't know if anybody else is.
See, if you had them
close.
all on the same team at one big school like Georgia,
Yeah.
what do you do?
One of them probably plays just defense.
Yeah.
Or maybe 2 of them.
Yeah. Well, and both of them, all 3 of them.
You don't know who's the other.
I don't know how you do that.
I would think one of them would be a team's running back if they combined. I would think.
All 3 of them are good defenders too. Play good on defense.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Next game here, Sandrock favored over here 2 scores over. They're going to host Gaston. They're 22-8 team all time versus the Bulldogs down there. I would assume that Coach Heath will get them ready and they'll bounce back. I think everybody's healthy after the Cedar Bluff game. I don't think nobody's hurt bad, or I think they're ready to line up and
they need to get these next 2, finish out 5-5.
Yep. Yeah. And we said earlier, this is just rumor for Gelsel. That may have another game that's not official.
We don't know.
You don't have to call him and text him. He's just,
hey, who you playing?
Yeah, he's just trying to get the guys another football game.
Yeah,
he wants them to play again, and they want to play too. So,
but the problem with that is finding somebody.
Yeah,
and I don't know. I don't know if that's worked out.
Yeah, he's trying. That's the only thing we can say. He just wants them to be able to play another game. Cherokee County favored by a lot. It don't even matter how much. Number 3 right now in the power rankings in 4A. They host Asheville, 10-0 all time against Asheville. New coach in over there, and from what we hear, I think a lot of people are favored to approve of the new coach. Like I know they're not winning a bunch of games, but
right, but they like the guy.
Yeah, they think he's moving in the
right direction.
Yeah, so that's always cool. Wayne Brown, father of one beast monster.
17 tackles.
Tristan Brown, 17 tackles last week. How many's he got now? It's got
105.
So he's heading in the playoffs with over 100.
I don't think he'll make a lot tomorrow night. I just don't think he'll be in there a long time. So he'll play. He'll play a half, maybe But now Asheville may be headed in the right direction, but I wouldn't think that Cherokee County would have any trouble tomorrow night. Cherokee County's a pretty good football team. The only team they've lost to is not lost a game.
Yeah, they're undefeated, which looks good for them.
Yes.
So that's the 3 games. The other 2, Cedar Bluff and Spring Garden, are playing the old Bight Monster. Y'all be careful.
Get a lot of people hurt that week.
That idle week, Coach Ragsdale, Coach Crane.
Now they've got both of them have one more though, right? I wouldn't want my bye week to be. I personally wouldn't want it then. I would like for it to be after this week.
Yeah, have a bye between regular and playoff. Yeah, Cedar Bluff have Donahoe, and Spring Garden has Ramburn. So that'll be kind of how their regular season will finish up. And
good chance to go undefeated.
Yeah, who all's leading in what? Receiving, passing?
Oh, let me look at this right quick. Hold on. I've got it right here, guys. Okay. Let's go to rushing first. All right. Alex Beatty has 1293. Tay and Connor have 1,043.
Mm.
That's odd that they both got the exact same number. Kane Robinson, 700. Jackson Tell, 601. Keyshawn Woods, 585, and he has been hurt some. Hunter Jenkins, 571. Katie and Tracy, 426. John Welsh, 505 on 35 carries. It's pretty
Wow.
impressive.
Yeah, John's an athlete, man. He's fun to watch.
All right, passing wise, it's Noah Barber with 839. Alec Ashley has 670. Adam Griffin 518. Wow,
Well, he had 200 yards last
200
week.
the other night.
Yeah,
Right, Teague 444. Hunter Almond and Hunter Stallings both have 300. Receiving, Ben Frampton 27 catches, 522. John Welsh 21 for 515. Wow, that's pretty good. Edmondson 15 for 320. And Gatling Cox has 25. He's got the second most catches, but he don't have as many yards as the other for 287. Tackles, Tristan Brown 105. Second place has 75. So he's 30. He's leading by 30. That's Tay Diamond 75. Chestnut 68. Duncan from center 70. Arbor 67. Hunter Almond 67 for Galeville. Alex Beatty, leading rusher in the county, 65 tackles. Timmy Dawson, 63. Tracy, 56. And 58. Tyson Woods, 56. Carson Ray from Galeville, 57. And that's it. That's all I got. I don't have Spring Gardens. I don't have
all their tackles.
All their tackles, no.
Wow. All right, guys, check this out. I know this is high school. We got to mention this. I mean, 24-27, Kennesaw State beats Liberty. We ain't going to spend no time on it. Just share the score here. Salter had, he had over 200 yards passing, but he graded out a 55. He was 22 for 40.
Ooh.
Not good at all.
Well, the reason we're telling y'all about this is
super. I mean,
Liberty was undefeated and Kennesaw State was winless.
Yeah.
Guys, that may be the biggest upset in, I don't want to say college history, but it's pretty close, isn't it?
It'd be nearly like Auburn beating Oregon or something.
Yeah.
Or Auburn beating Texas or something.
Yeah, right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if Auburn played Texas this weekend, Auburn beat Texas.
Mm-hmm.
Be huge. I mean, they're winless in the conference.
Yeah, and Texas is winning. Was winning the conference.
Kennesaw State QB Bryson, he graded out at a 63. He threw a touchdown, had about 190 or so.
Man, if you don't mind, who runs the ball for Kennesaw State?
Benefield.
Okay, the reason I was asking, the guy from Trine is
Q Ashley, Davis Bryson, Preston Daniels, and Takeem Wallace.
Okay, no, that's not. He's not.
I know you're talking about the Fosters.
Well, the Foster played there. He's already graduated, but there's a guy named Rob Brown that plays there. Yeah, Foster tried out for I think he went to training camp.
Oh, good. So
now he did not make a team, but
it's
still,
hard.
How many people tried out?
Hard, very, very. It's just people can't imagine.
If somebody tells you I tried out for a pro football team, look into it. Don't just take it at face value.
So we know how good Tyrek Dupree is. Played it here at Cherokee County.
Yeah.
He's great. I mean, he was a good athlete.
Yeah, he started at Liberty for a long time.
Yeah, he could do all kind of stuff. And he tried. It's hard.
Mm-hmm.
I talked to him.
He went to a camp?
Yeah, he went talked to up north and was supposed to go out to the 49ers and stuff. And it's hard.
Well,
I mean, he's good. I mean, he's a great athlete.
When I know Martin Houston went to training camp, I think Maurice Dupree went to training camp. Chattooga, of course, there's been 2 go to training camp. Hey, that's only 5 people in this area that's been to training camp.
It's very hard.
Yeah.
Our Gamecocks, Dean, 42-20 over Middle Tennessee. I did watch this game.
They're starting to win again.
Jacksonville State led the game. There was not really any doubt. They started off a little sluggish, but Huff winds up throwing 10 for 18, 87 graded. He threw for 137, and he wound up rushing for 151.
So he's running the ball real
Well,
good.
he only he rushed for 2 touchdowns and threw for 1, but he averaged 8 yards a run.
Don't he's got about 800 yards rushing this year, I think. I know
1,400 passing.
I think I read that, and I may be wrong.
He's got 1,400 passing.
What's their record now? They 4-3 or 3-4?
4-3, I guess.
4-3.
Let's see if it shows rushing. Passing had 137. Let's see. Total this game.
I think I saw where it's 6 or 7, 8, something like that. There it is.
80, 70, 180, 58, 150. So there's 320, 380 for, about 500.
About 5 or 6. Okay.
Yeah, he's all over that. 7 touchdowns.
That's just in 7 games. He's got over 2,000 yards in 7 games of passing and running. Where's his background? Where's he from? Does it even say? Georgia.
Orange Park, Florida.
Oh, okay.
That's who they should have hired. I was thinking that last night. I was thinking, man, Auburn should have hired Rich Rod and brought that guy. Or at least got that quarterback because he can run.
Quarterback.
He can run that style offense.
Mm-hmm.
They said last night Rich Rod he's one of not the inventor of it, but he had a lot to do with that style offense way back in the day. And he's really good at running it. Obviously so.
Was he a raving lunatic last night?
Yeah, always. Yeah. No, they didn't show him.
I saw him an interview the other day, and he was kind of laughing about it. He's just like, that's just how I am during games. Boy, he is, isn't he? He wasn't at West Virginia.
I don't remember him being that way.
But
so
he was kind of laughing about it.
Let's see here. Total. I want to see the total. I think they had 450 rushing. I had 577 total yards. JSU did.
Lord. What's in Middle Tennessee's record?
They had 53 rushing attempts.
That's ball control, isn't it?
They're 2-6 now. 1-3 conference. JSU is 3-0 in conference and 4-3 overall.
3-0 in conference. That's big.
We had to share that.
Yes, definitely.
Let's see here. Sonoris Perry.
Yes, Sonoris. Well, he made the team.
Mm-hmm.
He made it. Played for 7 years for the Bears and Dolphins. I think he was big buddies with Kenyon Drake. So, but he played special teams. But he made a living off of it.
Well, you can.
Yeah.
I mean, you go out there and get a paycheck for $250,000 a year for just showing up and running out there and trying to tackle somebody with kickoff.
I think one year he might have been on the practice squad 1, maybe a half. But the other 6, he was full time on the kickoff team.
Now back then they were probably $150,000 a year.
Yeah,
but
I don't know. I mean, I don't know what he made. But
usually you don't have to travel with the team. Usually, not always.
See, and he went into coaching. He coaches at a college.
Yeah, so he's making probably good salary now.
But you got that on your, played pro football 6 years.
Yeah, that's the higher
7.
That's a good foot in the door.
Yes,
get you an interview. Dean, some other games around here. We'll go through these, and we ain't gonna stay on long. We already been in 20 minutes. We'll probably got about 15 more minutes here. We'll run through these pretty good here. 1A, Appalachian favored by 2 to host Valley Head. That'll be a good game.
That'll be
It's an important game.
Huge. That's for second.
Yeah,
that's for second in that region.
Elba's favored by 8. They're gonna host Florala. Maplesville's favored by 18 to host Verbena.
Verbena's only lost to 1 ball game, right?
Yeah. Milry, they're still kicking around. They're going to host. Leroy. I'm sure that'll be a good game. Milry's favoring that game. Pickens County hosts Marion County.
We went to that. That's the first game we ever went to together.
That's the game.
To the place.
Yeah, that's where you want to go.
Uh,
There's a
well, that was a good game that night. We saw kick returns. That's where we met Pooh Bear.
Pooh Bear played Pickens County. They got special athletes down there. At that time, they were just rolling people.
Yeah, they
Basketball
were.
too,
Yes, they won it.
because they showed us their rings. Remember, they come by in the stands.
I'm trying to think here. They won it the 2 years prior, and then ended up winning in football. So since 2010, they've won championships in 2 sports.
Yeah. So that's Pickens County is going to host Marion County, and the pick on that is 0. That's a toss up. So that would be
just whoever you pick.
That's a good
who you
game.
go
Wadley's favored by a good bit over Wintersboro. Not surprising.
Now Winterboro's not lost, have they?
Yeah, I think so. I don't
Not
think
much.
I don't think it's. I don't know if they have lost a region game. Somebody y'all can look it up. And see.
Any chance they upset?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Not Wadley.
Well, they wonder. I'm anxious to hear how many yards Wilkes has so far.
I think he's on there. I think Max Preps has his stuff. I think they keep it in there.
Pretty high.
Coach Motley, that's his name. I think
Yes.
it's Coach Motley.
Yes.
That's a cool name, ain't it?
Yeah, Motley.
Motley
Said
Crue.
his daddy was coach at Munford.
Huh. Woodland's going to host Donahoe. Woodland's favored in that game. Susan Moore is going to be hosting Cleveland. They're favored in that game. Red Bay's favored to host Tanner. Pisgah is going to host North Sand Mountain. They're favored by a lot.
Now
That'd be an important game to. Well,
no, that's already set. Pleasant
It
Valley's
is.
second.
Yeah.
North Sand's third. Cedar Bluff fourth.
it's a big game for North Sand Mountain.
It is. I mean,
Just-
what if they could pull something off?
Just as a program
Mhm.
in that area and how football's ran, because I'm sure they've played a lot of times
Right.
over the years. Goshen's going to host Laverne.
Ooh, that might be a good one.
Goshen's favored in that one. Coosa Christian hosts Tuscaloosa Academy. Coosa's favored in that one by 2 touchdowns. And
Tuscaloosa's good.
yeah, they are. I know it.
Of
So
course, we know Coosa is.
yeah. So I don't. I mean, computers just pick numbers because they've never played.
Mm-hmm.
So there's really no way to.
You can't.
You're trying to go do it by who they've played and who they've played and how many points they've allowed and how many.
You kind of got to.
Coosa ain't their starters ain't give up about
Well,
20 this year.
well, if they're giving up 8 yards a game, they're probably pretty good on defense. No, literally, they're giving up more than that, but it's probably not much more than 108, is it?
No, it's crazy.
It's stupid.
I've never seen nothing like it.
I've seen 2 games. I've seen their stats in 2 games. One was 72 for the other team, and one was 38. Now, Pierce County, who won 2A in Georgia last year and has their star quarterback back, did gain a lot of yards and scored a lot of points. But, they won 2A in Georgia. They're a school of 800 kids.
Yeah,
And that's who he
it's a
played the first game.
big team though. So those are some of those. And here's just I got to mention these because they're kind of local. Jacksonville's going to host St. Clair County. Jacksonville's favored. Chelsea is going to be at Benjamin Russell. That's a pick'em game. That's the only reason I wrote it down. It's a pick'em. Chelsea at Benjamin Russell. Pick'em game for 6A.
Benjamin Russell.
And then 7A, it's a big game. I had to write it down. Hoover's favored by 3 over hosting Vestavia Hills.
Hoover's been playing good,
Yeah.
especially if, I don't want to get to what happened, but they've been through a lot in the offseason.
Yeah. Here's another one right here.
And they've
Don't
been
forget about
winning.
this. 5A. Arab's going to host Boaz.
Well, I
Arab's
think-
favored.
And Boaz with a huge upset over Geraldine, their quarterback, just
Big.
showed out.
Big.
200 yards passing.
Which games you like this week?
All right,
3,
this
4A.
week, 3 and 4A. Y'all give me just a second here. I've got it on here. No, I've got it in the wrong place. I got it in my notes on my phone. All right, I like Weaver at Westbrook.
That's important.
Weaver nearly beat the Piedmont the other night.
I know.
They're 2-6,
I know.
but they're playing good. They beat Locust Fork.
Well, they got some young guys that screw up over the past year too.
Boy,
Coach
you're
has been
not
there
kidding.
about 2 years now, so
So I think that'll be a better game than their record indicates. Welborn at Piedmont.
that's important too. I mean, I know Piedmont sewed up the region, but
I think Piedmont may be getting. It's hard to go 10-0.
That-
They may be getting tired.
those are 2 very important games for that region.
Yes,
I know you're thinking, well, Piedmont's undefeated, they've won the region. Yeah,
But-
but that could be
that could be a second place.
yeah, there because those other 3 teams are going to be jockeying for that other
Yeah.
position in that region. And who wants to play number 1 from the cross region, which is 5? Which if Westbrook finishes 4th in that region,
Mm-hmm.
if Westbrook loses that game,
Mm-hmm.
I think they'll have to play 5.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be Coach Smith will be back at 5 again for the second time.
Now Weaver's playing lights out.
Yeah.
I think this will be a fantastic game, and I don't even know who beat Pleasant Grove. I'd like to know. Pleasant Grove at Bibb County.
Yes.
That'll be a good one. Pleasant Grove is a favorite to possibly win 4A. Yeah, see who's. I guarantee you, it was a bigger school.
Yeah. I remember seeing it. This open. Yeah, they played McAdory.
Oh, is that who beat them?
They beat them by 3.
Oh, okay. And McAdory is a 6A, 7A. That's where
I
Bo Jackson played.
think they're 6. What in the name of God are we doing on Capital One credit card service? What's going on? How did that even get on there? No idea. Well, let's go. Go ahead.
I like this game. This has playoff implications. Booker T at Hanley. What do you think about that one? Both of them 6-3. You know, Booker T, Hanley's want some revenge here because Booker T upset them in the playoffs last year.
They'll need to win that game.
No, wasn't it them they upset?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it was. It was. Beulah at Randolph County. That's also a playoff
Need to win that one.
type atmosphere. And I'm saving the 2 big ones for last.
McAdory's 5-2 still. They've scored 270 total points on the year. And
McAdory's 5-2.
Yeah. And for some reason it don't tell.
And that's the only team that's beat Pleasant Grove. I don't know. I'm thinking they're 6. Who have they been playing? And I can tell you.
Well, they're in Regional Ramsey and all them.
That is 6.
James Clemens.
Yeah, I think that's 6. All right, Matt, here's another big game. Undefeated TR Miller at 1 loss, Bayside Academy. Who you think will win that one?
I don't know.
TR Miller at Bayside. TR Miller's not even come close to getting beat. Them or Thomasville. And I think they've got a good chance.
I'd probably say.
And Gordo, golly, that 3A is tough, isn't it?
I think Bayside would probably be. I bet they'll be favored.
I mean, that's just unreal. TR Miller at Bayside. I'm just talking about how tough the South is in 3A.
It's very hard.
Gordo, Thomasville, TR Miller.
And any of those teams could win it.
Yeah, they could. And that's who you get to. You win the North, you get to play one of them.
Yeah.
And the game of the week, obviously, because it's close, Geraldine at 5.
Yeah, that's always it's a big mountain game up there. Coach Michael and Coach Benefield. And all-time record, coach versus coach.
Mm-hmm. Pretty even.
Well,
I mean, he's beat him twice.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah.
I mean,
too many people beat him twice since he's lost 12 games in his.
He's
40.
only been there a couple of years.
Yeah.
They're probably 2-2 against.
I know they beat him 1.2 years ago. They beat him again last year. I know he's won 2.
Yeah, so they may be 2-2. Somebody from
Maybe.
Mountain, y'all share your knowledge from up there.
And you know, in the last 12 years, Benefield's lost 10 ball games, and 3 of them to Geraldine.
Ain't that crazy?
Geraldine won to Elba. I mean, I can name it. Who's beat them? One to Elba, one to Coosa Christian, one to Cleveland. And that's about it. Sachs, we saw that. Sachs beat them.
Well,
you remember that?
Yeah, but
that was a good game, though. It went down the wire, and that Sachs team nearly went to the state championship.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
That's a kind of weird, ain't it?
Yeah, 3 of the 10 losses since Benefield's this crazy run they've been on started in 2013.
Made no sense.
Never less than the 3rd round.
Power rankings.
Mm-hmm.
Here's some power rankings. This is put out by these sports writer. They put together. Yeah. It's not us. We don't have a say in none of that. I know y'all think we should, and that's fine. But Wadley's 1A is Wadley, Leroy, Spring Garden at 3.
Uh-huh.
Elba, Sweetwater, Maplesville, Lynn, McKenzie, and Aguda Academy.
I think McKenzie should be higher. I mean, I don't know. They may have lost a couple games, but they've had a couple of big wins this year.
Yeah.
They beat Elba
Yeah, that was the big score.
80-78.
Crazy game, yeah.
Low
2A, Coast Christian's 3.
Mm-hmm.
3A, was just talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Number 1, 3A. These are power ranking top 10s done by Sports Writer Stuff. T.R. Miller, Mars Hill.
I forgot about them.
I know. I talked about
3A
it.
is tough.
Hey, look, man. Tuesday night, I mentioned it. It come up in conversation. I thought about it. And Coach Higgins is just there. He's in a beautiful spot.
Yeah.
Nobody's talking about them.
Yeah.
Nobody. They ain't been beat. They ain't been close. I don't know who's even played them close.
I don't think anybody.
Piedmont at 3. Thomasville at 4.
Yeah.
5. Gordo, Glenwood School,
That is a tough.
Geraldine. And here's 2 more that people's kind of forgot about. One of them, I keep them on my mind, but they're still further around. Winfield.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
And then Trinity.
You don't hear much about Trinity. I know they're always pretty good.
Listen, guys, y'all 3A people, you better put a mark next to that Winfield.
Mm-hmm.
They'll put around here and be in 3rd round. You'll be like, where'd they come from?
Right.
They do every year.
I forgot about Glenwood being in there.
Yes.
Guys, they're going to be hard to beat.
Yeah.
They're in the
Glenwood.
South too, right?
Yeah. Gordo, Thomasville, Martin Seals up here. T.R. Miller's down there.
I think the Final Four will be T.R. Miller. I don't know how they're never mind. I don't know how the bracket is. I was going to say T.R. Miller, Glenwood, Thomasville, Gordo.
It could, they'll somehow or another, because I don't know how right there, like, because there's 2 blocks of the,
Mm-hmm.
for the South, there's these 2 blocks, and then these 2 blocks, and then for the North, they got 2, and then there's 2. I don't know how they're set
That's
up.
arguably the top 4 teams in the state and the South.
Yeah.
Arguably.
Yeah, for that division of football,
Yeah.
absolutely. 4A, Turkey County, I said a while ago, they're number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Moody's 5, and Gunnersville 6 in 5A. 6A is Saraland, Parker, and Oxford.
Oxford's 3 now.
Yeah.
Parker's 2.
Yeah.
See, I didn't know Saraland was still smoking like that.
Yeah, they ain't nobody.
So
They beat Jackson 4-8 down there.
Yeah, I did know that. Now, Parker's very good.
They
We
got
saw
guys. That's where Naheem Alford's at when it's going to Ohio State.
Mm-hmm. That's
There you
where,
So that's who Carrollton come over here and played.
yeah, and they actually played them well.
Yeah. And Alford picked Juju about his
Yes.
3rd pass.
Yes.
He rolled out the hook to his left, and Alford jumped it and picked it.
Carrollton had to play against them.
Yes.
They beat them. They
Yeah.
ended up beating them. It looked bad, 48-26.
I watched it. That
That was a good game.
Yeah.
They're for real. They
Yes.
may win that.
Them
5A.
and Saraland, they'll have to play.
6A.
And Oxford will be they're a high ranked North right now.
Well, Oxford's obviously fantastic.
Man, I'm telling you, the Wynn and the Wynn kid and
Is it Mims, the quarterback?
yes, Mims and I think it's Richardson kid. He's good. I think Zero is the Wynn. It's just how I do this every time I talk about them. They're just amazing to watch.
Really? Yeah. Yeah, what it sounds like. I mean, they beat Clay Chalkville.
Well,
They
it's
beat
just
Moody.
they shut Clay out. They scored like 10 in the first quarter. They never scored
Never
them
scored
anymore.
again. They was up 10-0, right?
Yeah.
Has Oxford lost?
Uh,
You know, we used to get the Anniston Star and or be able to look it up on our phone.
I
Now
don't
you
think
got to
so.
get a subscription.
I can't think if they have. I mean, I went to the Moody game. That was
You said
they
they
come to the
handled them
wire.
pretty good, didn't
That,
they?
no, that was
Now,
that's-
Moody's for real. Moody's.
that's 2 really good football teams.
Mhm.
2 really well coached teams.
Mhm.
And 7A, you got Auburn, Hoover, Opelika, Mary Montgomery,
Mhm.
and then 5 is Central Phoenix City.
Of course.
Yeah. So that your normal Auburn's one. They're going to be hard. to
Where's
beat this-
Thompson at
yeah.
on there? They still,
Well, they've been kind of shaky this year.
yeah.
Moving around.
Yeah, I know they lost to, who did Thompson lose to early in the year?
Yeah, they've lost.
Lost to Gainesville, Georgia? No, that was Moody that lost to Gainesville.
I think they've lost a few games.
Thompson lost to somebody early in the year from Georgia, but I don't remember who it was. They'll be shocked if they come on and do pretty good. Hoover's doing well.
Yeah, they've lost 3 games.
Check Clay Chalkville beat them by 1. Who was that first?
Grayson.
Grayson. Okay.
and Grayson's great.
Yeah, but it was.
They lost to Clay by one. Both games they lost in overtime by 1 point.
Oh my God.
All games were in overtime. Hoover, of course, went to overtime. So
So they lost 3 overtime games.
about 3 points total.
Oh my gosh. All of them by 1. That's
27
awful.
26, 14 13, 15 14.
Oh my gosh, your poor coach.
Yeah. What's his name?
I don't know, but he's
Real big old tall guy. Real hard tall
And where's
guy.
Nick's at? Nick's is at Central, right?
Uh-huh. Let's see. Who is the
Wow, I did not know they'd lost 3 straight or 3 1-point games. What are the chances of that?
I know his name here. Is it Taylor? Freeman, Mark Freeman. I like him.
He's got a pretty good career record.
Oh gosh, yeah. Yep. Well, that's kind of
Speaking of career records, I know we won't get on this, but Kalen DeBoer's record's still ridiculous.
yeah.
110 and 13 or something like that.
I did a video, and well, I'll just put this up there, and I want people to just y'all go watch this, and just give me I don't know, just tell me what you think. Just go watch this over here, and let's see, where'd it go? This is kind of my opinion on kind of what happened.
Yeah.
No, the ads, darn almighty, man, crap! It's always some ads popping up. If you can see the arrow, this one right here with the Step Brothers picture.
Yes.
I talked for like 5 minutes. I mean, it's a 5-6 minute video. Okay. And basically, I'm just saying my opinion of why Alabama is like they are.
Mm-hmm.
And Uncle Lou, old booger boy, Uncle Lou, Georgia guy, he did a video today saying that DeBoer is like the substitute teacher. I think that's a fantastic analysis. The same thing I'm saying. They're used to this guy yelling and screaming and getting on their butt all the time. This other guy comes in, he's kind of cool, and he just kind of he's here.
Which he showed he can get.
Yeah,
He don't have the temperament Saban does, though.
Yeah, but it's just they're different, and they're going to coach the team different. And these juniors and seniors, there's not going to be much of a change, guys. This year, probably not much next year, until his guys get in there and they're used to how he coaches. It's just.
Well, you could forget.
You're not my dad. I don't have to mind you. You don't tell me what to do. You're not my real teacher. You don't have to. You can't send me out in the hall. That kind of stuff. Yeah. That's kind of how it is. They're going through this period where when Womack tried to call more off the field and he didn't come, that shows where we're at with this team.
Yeah, and they'll go through that's growing pains.
Yeah.
The next year they may love them.
It's just going to take some time. These are different styles, and it's not fair. And it's not fair just in general, because not only are you replacing a coach, just in general, you're replacing the greatest college football coach of all time.
Yes.
So
I would agree.
It's double not fair. You're getting 2 slaps. Pow, pow.
I mean, I would agree that he's the greatest.
It's hard to replace a coach already. We're talking about changing a culture, the meaning, and how you practice, what times. I mean, camps. I mean, it's just a totally. So these seniors like Malachi and them, their whole world's just been flipped up. Oh, wait a minute. Well, we used to go at 10 and do that special teams. Now we do D-back stuff, and then we do special teams at 12. Well, that's kind of stupid.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's just not how I do it. Well, F you, man. I don't like doing it. There's just that.
Oh, I've heard stories where kids have lost a coach they didn't even like. And after they got under the new coach, about 4 weeks into it or 6 weeks into it, they were like, they missed the old coach. And they didn't even like him.
That's it. And you think by like somehow.
And it was because he got onto them more.
Yes, because they're used to it. And you want to see the teams getting better as they go on, because so these offenses start prevailing and getting more rhythm, because the Bama players hadn't had a lot of time with him to learn his offense. This is a whole new offense. They went from kind of, we're just going to kind of run the ball and play defense to we're going to probably throw it about 30 times a game.
Yeah, I think they're throwing a little too much.
That 45 is way too much.
Yeah, 19 times to
20's plenty.
19 to Williams.
Because Jalen can run.
He threw it 19 to Williams.
Yeah.
He's 8 for 19 throwing to Williams. They broke up a lot of them. Well, they intercepted one of them.
Yeah. Well, it was late. He just threw it ratio. And here's something else, and because the guy's on another podcast, he said, if I was him, I'll tell you what I'd have done. Well, right there at the end, I don't even know how much time was left, and I'd have punted the ball there and played defense. See, that shows that number one, you don't know what you don't know about that game because there was 1:40 left, and number two, there was no timeouts. Why are you going to punt Tennessee so they can knee it out and win the game?
Right.
And I got into a back and forth with a guy, and he's a highly accredited Alabama person. He played at Alabama, and he's got all these credentials. And I don't care who you are or where you come from. I don't care if you're Nick Saban. Wrong is wrong. Do you not think Albert Einstein ever got a math problem wrong? Your daddy's the smartest math guy I know.
Yeah.
Has he ever got a math problem wrong?
Oh, yeah.
He would tell you that he has.
Yeah.
So don't come at me with this crazy side. If you want to come on here, I'll come on your show and we'll have dialogue. But don't act like just because you played there and you've coached in the NFL and you come on there with another college's jacket on the show talking about what he would have done. Alabama didn't even have any timeouts. They had no timeouts. But he said, tell you what I would have done. I would have punted that ball right there and used my timeouts. Why would you say that?
Where? When?
Tennessee game.
Talking about Bama should have?
Yeah.
When?
At the end of the game.
Oh, gosh.
Well, I had people texting me, Auburn fans, of course. Why didn't he punt the ball right there? You see those three little ticks beside the score? Those are timeouts. They're empty. They don't have timeouts. He can't call them.
Even if he had three, it's 4th and 22. More than likely, there was 2 minutes left. You're not going to get
it. Was 1:40 left. There's 1:40, no timeouts. Punt it is what I'd have done. Why'd I use my timeouts? There's no timeouts.
Yeah, okay, but here's the thing.
They had no timeouts.
Well, even if they had all three of them, you wouldn't do that. I'm just saying, because you don't want to be that coach that punted it back instead of going for it and lost the game because Tennessee got first downs.
Some people they wanted to go for it. Some people wanted him to punt it and use the timeouts where they didn't have timeouts. So
I mean, I don't even think if they'd had 5, still don't think punting.
I don't got nothing against the guy.
Was the answer
at all? I don't personally know him. I watch him on his podcast, and I respect his opinion. And what's crazy, I agreed with everything he said up to that point. He said that the team lacks discipline because they're not used to this culture that DeBoer is bringing in. It's different. It's new. A lot of kids feel like they're owed things because it's how generations are now. It's not an Alabama problem. It's a national NCAA problem. College sports and football in general, right now we're seeing a huge transition in attitude. He said some of these things, and I agreed with all that. And then he decides he's going to be coach, which they did not ask you to coach down there. But he did end the show with saying that that's my opinion, and I agreed. I said, yes, that is your opinion, but that don't make it right.
No, I don't think he should have punted.
But it
worked.
We could debate on an opinion of I would have went for it. He thinks they should have punted it. We can debate that. That's debatable content. What's not debatable is facts. Facts are Alabama had no timeouts. Fact, they had no timeouts. Don't tell me what you would have done and then say, well, I'd have used all my timeouts and punted. That's false.
Right.
So I left my tag at BIGGMATT 1977. Find me on Twitter, message me. I'll be glad to come on the show and we can talk like gentlemen and we can go through it and we can give our opinions about how we would want to lay the game out and be an armchair quarterbacks. And your decision on making game plans for the game would be way higher than mine because you have coached pro football and you have coached in college. That's true.
What's his name?
I don't even remember. But your opinions don't make it truth, and they're as useful as mine because they're like buttholes. Everybody's got one.
Yeah. So
don't be one when I call you out on an opinion. And your falsehood of saying I'd use timeouts, and all I did was just interrupt there and say, oh, hang on, timeout. They didn't have any timeouts. Oh, what are you trying to call this guy out for? Who are you? He's accredited through Alabama. He's on the Bama Standard podcast. You can't tell him. Yeah, I can. I don't care who it is. He's wrong. Alabama did not have timeouts. That was my only point. And they kind of try to make a big deal out of it, and that's fine. I'm grown. But if they want to talk dialogue, and we can go back and forth about it. We'll talk about the game.
Yeah. It's a good game.
Yeah, there was a lot of calls missed, and I did a whole 5-minute spiel on refs Tuesday night, and I'm not going to do it again because it's bothersome.
Mm-hmm.
Refs are out of control.
Oh yeah,
In
all
general, period.
aspects. Yeah, not just for everywhere.
The guy's running off sides when they snap the ball.
He was
joking.
offsides. Well, but look at the debacle it was a bad call in the first place.
Georgia, Texas.
But then you go and change it.
It was offensive PI. He pushed him. He jacked that guy up from Texas.
He did jack him up. But a lot of people said that. Yes, it was. Yes,
It
you're
should have just
absolutely
been
right.
offensive PI. That's all.
They called defensive PI
that's
and then
wrong.
changed it over.
Yeah.
I don't blame Kirby for being mad. He was pretty upset.
But then him saying like it was endangering the kids for balls being on the field. Bro, shut up.
Well, I don't know about that.
Shut up. Endangerment to your kids is how your program's been run. You got 18 felons.
Yeah, you got a lot of
People kicked off the team. You got a lot of trouble at Georgia. I wouldn't be worried about water bottles being thrown on the field.
Yeah, I don't know why he said that. They fined him $250,000
You don't care.
and said they were going to try to find the individuals. I don't.
Oh, God, come on, man. No.
I don't agree with that. I just don't think they can.
All right, we've harped long enough.
Do you think they can find them?
No, that's just talking. Just people run off at the mouth. So, good luck, Gelsel.
Yeah.
Played Woodville. They're
Good luck,
favored
yeah.
over there. Sandrock hosts guests, and they're favored. And Cherokee County hosting Asheville. Y'all are favored. So all our county teams are favored. Friday night, go out there and support our guys. And we've had a good time this season. We'll be back next Sunday to talk about this is almost the end of the season, and we'll have another player of the week, and we'll have one more.
Yeah, we'll have
That'll
one
be
this
it.
week and then one more
That's
the
it.
next. And
That'll
then
be
we'll
it.
have our player of the
Player of the year.
Yeah, or we don't wait on that, do we? Did we wait till the playoffs?
Yeah, I think
Till everybody's done.
Yeah, wait till everybody's done.
Yeah. Because you never know. You won't give player of the week to some kid week 11 and then some other kid just come out of nowhere and rush for 2,000 yards in the last
Which
4
usually,
games.
like last year, it's been Jacob.
Yeah.
He was far ahead of
We've had 4.
everything.
Luke Welch, Connor Cooper,
Mhm.
Austin, Jacob twice.
Mhm.
So,
So good luck to everybody, and y'all have a good time. And there ain't gonna be no trips nowhere. So go concession stand and support you local concession stands because it supports band, it supports track for these small schools, it
Yeah.
supports equipment for small football schools. So y'all go out there and take care of them, guys. Y'all have a great week and come back and see us Sunday night about 6 o'clock.
all right. See you guys Sunday. Have a good weekend.